So, what do you get if you want to transport 7 people? No. Fetch 7 people in a comfortable and enjoyable environment with lots of space, amenities, and, well, just luxury. Well, you get something like this, the MG M9 EV. If you are thinking about trading in your car for something like this MG M9 over here, why not sell your car with quotes instead? Quotes help you sell your car quickly and easily. With the new Quotes doorstep, get a professional inspection by our certified mechanics at your convenience anywhere on the island. Quotes will then auction out your car online to its wide network of dealers to bid on your car. Once the bidding is complete, Quotes will update you with their best offer price at no obligation. It's that easy. To find out more, you can visit quotes.com.sg. That is QUOTZ.com.sg. Now let's get back to the car review. The MG M9 is priced from $283,888. The single electric motor produces 241 brake horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. The single-speed transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km per hour in 9.6 seconds. The 90 kWh battery has a range of 435 km and an energy consumption of 4.6 km per kWh. For more details on the MG M9 or any other car, head on to Sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now let's start off with the front of the MG M9. As you can see, it's a very big car. This is in fact 2 meters wide. And just look at those headlights. This, I think they look kind of robotic, you know, those slim headlights. It's a very modern, futuristic design. Most large MPV, they like to do this huge grille thing, you know. You think of cars like the Velfire, the Lexus LM, massive grille. This thing, no grille, just a massive white plastic over here, which actually adds even more to the presence of the car. So this car, it is almost 5.3 meters long. It even managed to make these 19-inch wheels look kind of small. They actually added a little bit of contours here and there to kind of break up the shape a little bit. And then there's all these chrome trim pieces adding to the style of the car. But yeah, that's all for the side of the car. So let's check out the rear and see what it looks like. So at the rear of the M9, you get this wrap-around light bar tail light over here that is in line with the current trends. This tail light, it actually leads downwards over here. It kind of reminds me a bit of the previous generation Sienta with the black plastic trim going down. Well, this MG, there is a lot of chrome trim pieces going on here and there. So even at the rear, you get some chrome over here as well. Well, let's open the boot and check out how much boot space there is. As you can see, with the third row of seats up, there isn't really a lot of space over here, but you can probably fit like, you know, one luggage over here and probably a second one over here. And you still can fit the anti-trolley, but you can actually expand this space to a lot more if you were to fold down the rear seats. So if you only have 4 people inside the car, you can knock down the third row, slide it all the way, and you have a lot of space. Now let's check out the inside of the car. So as you can see, with this seat adjusted till there's quite a bit of space in the second row as well, there is still a fair bit of leg room over here. You can probably shift this back a little bit more, or the second row passenger can even recline the seat a little bit, and I still wouldn't be squashed over here. There is quite a bit of space. Headroom, no issue for me. I'm 1.7 meter tall and yeah, clearly no issue. And I just noticed there's actually a USB port over here as well. This looks like the speaker grill, but there is a USB port here. So as you can see, this car is really very wide. I'm pretty sure it can fit 3 adults on these third row seats, and there's still plenty of space. Now let's check out the most important part, the second row captain chairs. So now I'm in the prime seat. So over here, as you can see, this seat is not adjusted to its default position and there is plenty of leg room. Of course, there is also this footrest of sort for me to rest my feet. Very comfortable. Headroom wise, totally not an issue. I can even recline this seat. Then yeah, it's really not an issue at all. So features. There's really so many features on the second row. First thing first, look at this. Press this button. This is a table tray. You want to, put your laptop. Oh, if you want to work on your laptop, there is even a socket over here that you can plug your charger into. And then let's fold this away. And now there's this. There is a touchscreen control hidden underneath the armrest over here. So what kind of functions are we looking at? Of course, you can recline this, everything very comfortable and all. Most importantly, in Singapore's weather, there is a ventilated seat function, cooling and shock aircon seats. And there is massage as well. So after a long day at work and anything, if you find yourself in this seat, you're going to get a nice massage. There are so many controls over here. You can even adjust your aircon controls, which you can also control over there, up there as well. You can even adjust things like the sunroof, the ambient lighting and everything. Now let's recline this seat and see how comfortable it gets. This will probably render the rear third row seats unusable, but if only there's a movie screen in front of me, that would be so enjoyable. Now I'm gonna head into the driver's seat and let you know what it's all about over there. There is clearly still a lot of space in this car. This is a huge, spacious car. There's a lot of soft touch, leather-like material everywhere, giving it a bit of a more upmarket feel to it, and there are many displays. 3 displays in fact. So right in front of me is the driver's instrument cluster. This is a 7-inch display, and then there's this. So this is actually a digital rear view mirror. It works with a camera at the rear. Because being such a huge car, you could be fetching a lot of people, a lot of things, and you can't really see very clearly out of the rear window. This comes in handy, and this is only available on the top spec MG M9, which is the Grand Trophy version. And then next, we move on to the infotainment display. So this is a 12.3-inch infotainment. After using it for a while, I noticed that some of the functions are kind of buried in it. Like the front seats over here, it actually has ventilated seats and massage function, but to activate those things, you need to play around a bit with the display. To get the massage working, you have to click on system settings, go to seats, and then click the seat massage tab, and then you activate the massage from over here. It is a little bit of a handful to operate. I'm not sure if there's any shortcut keys, not that I can tell as far as I see, but imagine you are driving and you just want to get the massage going. It's going to be a bit of a hassle. And on the matter of massage and ventilated seats, once again, only the Grand Trophy edition gets it on the front row as well. Otherwise, you only get it on the second row, the captain chairs and all that. Another thing about this infotainment system, so it has Apple CarPlay wired connection, but it doesn't seem to have a native Android Auto, built-in feature. So what it has is this QD Link application, which you have to download on your phone. And how it works is it's somewhat like a screen mirroring kind of program for you to load up your Google Maps and all that. But the problem is, because it is screen mirroring, when I turn off the screen on my phone, it actually shuts off as well. If there is actual Android Auto, that would come in a lot more handy, and I would really prefer that. The infotainment itself, it can be a little bit complicated to use at times, but what's good is that they actually included some actual climate control. I mean, these are touch buttons over here for quick access. This is quite a handy feature. I'm quite happy that they actually included this. So now moving on to the center console area over here, you can see that there are 2 USB ports over here, one of which is the one for you to connect your Apple CarPlay and the QD Link function, and there is another spot over here for you to probably put your phone, but this isn't the wireless charger. The wireless charger is actually over here on this glossy surface. Well, it looks slick and all, but there is again a little problem. If you're driving a little bit more aggressively, as I've tried, my phone actually flew off the holder. It would be nice if there's some rubber mat over here. As expected, there are 2 cup holders over here. Then you open this over here, there's quite a deep storage space over here. Oh, there's another compartment over here as well. So there is really quite a fair bit of storage compartments going on in the front row. Yeah, you're going to store a lot of things, not an issue at all. Well, so enough talk about all the space for all your snacks on your road trips. Let's go for a drive and see how this baby drives. How does it feel like driving the MG M9 EV? Yes, it is an EV, so you get that instant torque. There's 350 Newton meters of torque and 241 brake horsepower. So this thing, it accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 9.6 seconds. That's not very fast, but you got to remember this is a massive full-size MPV. It sits 7, it is so huge, it's probably one of the widest thing I've driven on Singapore roads, and yet 9.6 seconds, kind of respectable. It's not just about the numbers, we are not going drag racing with this clearly. It has to be able to hold, your entire family and your luggage and whatever without feeling like it's very strained or anything. And I can tell you, I'm driving right now on the expressway and it doesn't feel strained at all. This thing, it has enough power. It's not crazy powerful, but it is enough. A favorite part of mine is how the brakes on this car feel. When it comes to EV, there are many that disappointed me with their brake feel, just subpar brake feel. It can be like too touchy and it's difficult to control, but the brakes on this car is actually very nicely modulated. I actually enjoy it a lot. And then there's the part about driving the car. the steering and everything. The steering is definitely not your sports car kind of, you know, a lot of feedback and everything, but it is good enough, it does the job. So driving this thing on the highway and everything, stop and go traffic, it's all easy breezy, you know. It's just, yeah, a nice easy drive despite the size of this car. When it comes to such a large MPV, we definitely have to talk about the comfort of this car. So when it comes to comfort, normally people talk about three main things: noise, vibration, and harshness. So when it comes to noise, I gotta say this is one of the quietest car out there. And it isn't just because of the fact that it is an EV, there's no engine noise or anything, but it is also very well insulated. So you can see cars are passing us, but we don't really hear much of it. Well, when you get up to speed, there is a fair bit of wind noise, but it's not jarring of any sort, so it is still a very comfortable and quiet environment inside here. So vibrations, not much. I would say there isn't much when sitting in this car. I would say the suspension could be a little bit more cushy and softer if you ask me. It is just that little bit more. You can feel, you know, the bumps on the road and whatnot. The next most important thing when people are choosing, you know, your brand new cars when they buy, safety features. So safety features, what does this car have? Well, you get lane keep assist. It's not lane centering, so you can't just, you know, let go and let the car steer itself. It's those that whereby you know, accidentally go out of the line, it'll pull you in gently a little bit. You also get things like collision assist, or some call it brake assist. So if the car were to jam the brake suddenly and catch you unaware, the car will brake itself and prevent a collision from happening. Adding to all that, there is also adaptive cruise control. So while on the expressway, you can turn on adaptive cruise control. It will gauge the distance between this car and the car in front and just maintain that nice, comfortable speed and pace. So it makes driving more comfortable as well, and it is safe as well. So usually when I'm driving, I actually choose to like turn off the lane keeping assist because it can get a little bit noisy because this car is a little bit big. Sometimes it's slightly more sensitive and you'll start beeping and buzzing, and my passenger might think that I'm a poor driver or something because of that. But no, it's just the system being a little bit fussy. The MG M9 EV, is it a will buy, won't buy, or go try? Well, if you ask me, I would say go and give it a try. There's two reasons for this. First thing first is this thing is huge. If you are not sure whether you can handle driving such a huge car on a daily basis, you probably should give it a try before you commit. And the second thing for me is that, wow, I really need that native Android Auto. I've been totally pampered by all these cars with Android Auto in it, and the QD Link feature just doesn't really cut it for me. So now if you were to compare this car to some of its competitors, I can tell you one thing is that there aren't really many competitors out there. Electric, 7-seater, full-size, huge MPV. The really comparable is just its twin brother, the Maxus Mifa 9. But you can kind of consider it as almost the same car. The features are slightly different here and there. But if you were to compare to the hot favorite MPV that if you include your hybrid and internal combustion engine, you are looking at things like a Velfire or an Alphard. So this thing, space-wise, well, this is actually a larger car than those. Features-wise, there's also a lot of features. I'm thinking this doesn't really lose out to it, because you get massage and ventilated seats, all these get everything, and yet it is actually a fair bit cheaper. Your Velfire Alphard, if I remember correctly, is around $400,000. This is below 300, looking at 282,999 for this Grand Trophy variant, if I remember correctly. So that is actually a very good deal. So that's all for this video about the MG M9 EV. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on TikTok at Sgcarmart. So that's all, bye! So this thing, but they're breaking it up a little bit. Oh yeah, shit, it looks kind of in line with the current trends.